Hello, I'm here to do my check-in for day 17 of the Chloe Ting 2022 Weight Loss Challenge. Um, got a pretty good workout in yesterday, very solid, and fortunately I didn't really have to modify much, and it was a bit of an easier day, so I was really relieved. That she gave us a little bit of a break. It made it definitely more approachable for me with what was going on with my right shoulder, which feels even better today. So I definitely made the right call on that. It's barely bothering me now. There's just like one little twingy point, but today is active rest day. So I think that I should be feeling pretty good. I'll probably continue, I think, with the modifications through this week. I just want to really make sure that I don't sideline myself with an injury. That's like super important to me because it's a pattern, right? And I'm trying to unravel patterns that actually keep me stuck. I'm doing a lot of that work, not just physically with this training, but emotionally, mentally, and just in general in my life. I'm really working hard to make choices that are aligned with where I want to go and what I'm looking to create for myself. So I'm looking to create the best physical shape of my life by the time I turn 50. I need to be mindful when my body tells me to slow down a little bit or, adjust this so it's not putting so much pressure on your shoulder. And I feel really good that I'm in that place where I really do put what my body's communication is first and foremost before I, look to any outside authority to tell me what my body needs. So feeling good about that. Feeling really good. Shoulder feels so much better, way better mobility, a little stickiness in there still, little twinge of soreness, like I was saying. But making those modifications made a big difference. And, it's not all or nothing. I didn't have to take the days off from exercise. I still did my workout and I still got the whole workout in. It was just a matter of just adjusting a move here and there, doing the lower intensity on a couple of those, plank moves that require you to, switch sides, There's a lot of this like fluid motion stuff in her training that's really cool and I love it. And it's great for training your balance and the oppositional movement. Those training those oppositional planes of motion are super important just for, keeping your back healthy and pain free. So there's a lot of good stuff, a lot of good stuff in what she's put together. But definitely, if you're feeling something, you're thinking, ooh, if I push that, I might really hurt myself. Be smart, adapt, adapt and make it work for you. It doesn't mean that you can never go back to trying it, the other way again. You can just wait until, you clear out that soreness, you clear out that, that stuckness, whatever your body is telling you is a little too much. And then you can try again, see where you're at. But yeah, yesterday went well, feeling good, and don't really have a whole lot else to report beyond that. I've been feeling really tired at night and just wanting to relax. So that's why I've been putting out my videos, reviewing the day, the following morning after I wake up because yeah, I don't know. I just want to wind down. I want to wind down and I'm also really busy right now. I've got a lot of work slated, a lot of stuff I'm doing for Broad Coven as well as Cobra's medicine bag. So I'm, pretty packed schedule at this time and just trying to keep it all under balance and at the same time making sure I'm taking care of myself and I'm putting my self-care at the forefront and not letting that slip. So that's why these have been coming out just a titch later. I mean, normally I put them out really late at night when most people are in bed sleeping anyway. So you might not have even noticed a difference. But anyway, I'm now officially over halfway through. In fact, I only have 10 more days of this challenge left. I'm pretty surprised. Like back when I first went to do this, I looked at her workouts and I thought, oh, I don't know if I can do that. That was my first thought. And then I kind of had to like put myself in check and say, why can't you? Even if you can't do it on that level, you can try. It's something to aspire to. You can get to that point where you can do that, but to get there, you have to take the first step. You have to be willing to be a beginner and, not be perfect at it, make some mistakes, and sort of embrace that learning curve. And I'm really glad that I did it and that I decided to take that on because I don't feel like I'm losing steam. And what's really kind of curious to me is despite, this little issue I had that came up for me that let me know, okay, don't get too big for your britches. Like you're not quite there yet, which is good. It's good to be put in check sometimes. But what, it has done for me is it really like highlighted a place in my psychology about how sometimes in the past I would just like not even bother with something because I felt it was like out of my scope of ability or that's too hard, I'm not there yet, whatever, and the ways that can really hold you back in life. And I'm really glad that I just decided to go for it, even if it was a challenge and even if I flubbed along through it. But it's surprisingly been the opposite experience. I'm in the third week of this challenge and we're about to close out the end of it. I got 2 more workouts to do this week and then there's 1 more day of rest. I love those active rest days. And today for active rest, just like I always do, I'm going to do my yoga. I keep it really chill. We got a lot of snow that came in. A big snowstorm came in for Michigan, and they're predicting, 8 inches, between now and tomorrow morning. So I think we got about half that on the ground right now. There's about 4 inches, which is quite a bit, and that happened just overnight. So, yeah, I appreciate just, having the downtime and the active rest. And, I'm not really going to go on a walk or anything because to trudge through that at this point is not in my best interest. So I'm keeping it pretty mellow today. But yeah, so we only have a couple more workouts to go and then I'm on to the final week. And the final week I think is going to be really challenging because I noticed that the final week you work 6 days in a row with no rest and then you get 1 active rest day. But really for me, after I do that final week, I'm going to go right into a week of active rest where I'll just be kind of doing more, low intensity exercise, taking some relaxation time, letting my body settle in, and just, appreciating all my hard work. I found that, this far in, instead of it being harder, I've really seen improvement all across the board. My flexibility is better. My endurance is better. Cardiovascularly, there's been huge improvement, like really huge improvement. When I first started this, it was really hard to do a lot of the plyometric stuff. I'm doing all that now. I'm jumping. I'm, just throwing myself into it. And I can do a lot of exercises that I couldn't in the first week. So I'm really stoked about that. And yet, even within that, there's still room for growth, which is why I am going to do another round of this weight loss challenge after my week of active rest. And I think by the time I'm getting done with that, it'll probably be time to go for the summer shred challenge. So I'm excited. I feel like I got a plan, going forward. That, makes space for me to take care of my body. It doesn't conflict with my intuitive eating or anything else I'm doing. So it feels like it's fitting in very harmoniously. I'm seeing the changes in my body. I am looking forward to this week when I get to see that waist measurement, since I had that horrible digestive episode last week that had me all bloated out like a balloon. And even though, the measurement was the same, and that was great, it might have been kind of a bummer if it had been bigger because of the bloating, but it wasn't. Which is one of the reasons why I normally don't keep track of this kind of stuff, just because of the way it can affect you psychologically. But I am looking forward to actually getting an accurate measurement read this week and just seeing what the difference has been in my waist. Up to this point, I'm down a half an inch on my waist, and I'll take it. There's been a lot more that's come off in other areas of my body. This is pretty typical. I find that my body tends to drop, release the fat from the areas where it last put it on. So most of the time I see like my hips and my thighs are what kind of trim down first. And, like my lower tummy, my little pot belly. But my waist is usually the last thing to trim down. It's always been kind of like my more stuck area, which is very, very frustrating. Because it's the place that most affects your health, and I really want to get that ironed out. So, hoping to see some really positive news when I do that at the end of this week. And yeah, feeling good. I'm enjoying my rest day. I'm going to go and do some more editing work. I've been doing some editing work on Oracle deck and now a children's book for somebody. So I'm going to dive into that and just take it easy today. Maybe do something relaxing for myself later. I don't know what that'll be. I'll figure it out. It might be just lounging. Sometimes that's all I want to do on an active rest day. I just want to rest. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that's the ultimate pampering, right? To just not have to do anything, to just be able to be a bump on a log and have that be okay. So that might be what I do, because I have noticed I've been more tired lately, and I think it's just the weather, when it's snowy out and, it tends to be more dark, although the sun is out now, which is nice. But when it's cold and stormy outside and, you're kind of cooped up inside, your energy levels can kind of go down. So yeah, I might just tune into silver hair, for some ASMR, pampering and just relax and enjoy myself. And I will be back tomorrow and let you know anything else that came through on my active rest day today. All right, take care.